Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, why do I look more tired than I actually feel? Sometimes it's not your skin, not your makeup, not even the lighting. It's your hair. I talk about style, confidence, and all the little things that help us feel our best as we grow older, with grace, not pressure. Today, I want to walk you through 5 common hair mistakes that might be making you look older than you are, and I'll show you exactly how to fix each one. Now, before we begin, let me make one thing clear. This isn't about trying to look 25 again. We're not chasing youth here. We're chasing your best self right now. The version of you that feels confident, put together, and like you're still in control of how you show up in the world. Because looking good isn't about fighting time. It's about working with it, knowing what suits you, and letting go of the habits that no longer serve you. And the truth is, your hair has more power over your appearance than most people realize. So, if you've ever felt stuck with your hair, if you've ever felt like something's a little off, but you couldn't quite name it, stick around. Let's dive into these 5 hair mistakes and get you looking and feeling the way you're meant to. Let's start with a mistake I see all the time. You let your hair grow long and you think, well, it's healthy, it's long, I should be good, right? But here's the thing. Length without shape isn't doing you any favors. In fact, it might be doing the exact opposite. During the pandemic, a lot of people stopped getting their regular trims. Hair just kept growing. Because salons were closed, schedules got thrown off, and honestly, it just became a lower priority. But here's what happened. You ended up with more length, but without intention. No layers, no movement. Just long. And when hair loses its shape, it starts to work against you. Let me explain. When hair is all one length, it pulls the eye down. There's no volume at the crown, no framing around the face. It can make your features look heavier, your jawline less defined, and your overall look, well, a little bit tired. And that's not your fault. You weren't trying to create a look that aged you. You just never got around to reshaping it. So what's the fix? It's simple. We add structure. Layers, especially around the face or in the back, give your hair movement and lift. They draw the eye upward, toward your cheekbones, your eyes, your smile. That upward movement creates a youthful effect. It softens the lower half of your face and enhances your bone structure, without surgery, without makeup, without effort. Another option? Add a soft bang. Not the heavy, blunt kind, but something light and piecey that breaks up the forehead and gives the face balance. That alone can make you look years younger. And here's the most important part. Your hair should frame your face. It should lift it. Support it, balance it. If it's just hanging there, dragging everything down, then it's wearing you. But with the right shape, even long hair can look modern, fresh, and full of life. So if you've been growing your hair for a while, maybe it's time to revisit the shape. A few smart cuts could completely change the way your face looks, and more importantly, how you feel about the way you look. Ready for the next one? Let's talk about what happens when short hair goes wrong. Let's talk about short hair, because while long hair without shape can drag your face down, the wrong shortcut, especially a pixie, can do just as much damage. Now don't get me wrong. A pixie cut can be stunning. It can show off your features, feel refreshing, and bring out a whole new level of confidence. But only if it's the right one. And that's where a lot of people go wrong. Here's what usually happens. Someone scrolls through Pinterest. They find a picture of a gorgeous woman with a jawline that could cut glass, eyes that sparkle, and hair styled in the perfect little pixie. They save the photo, take it to their stylist, and say, I want this. Sounds familiar? The problem is, that photo wasn't made for you. It was made for her. For her face, her bone structure, her hair texture. Not yours. See, not all pixies are created equal, and not all faces are meant for the same pixie. Some pixies are longer in the front, some hug the neck, some are soft and wispy. Others are sharp and edgy. And when you choose one based on a photo, without thinking about your face shape, your hair's behavior, or your lifestyle, it can backfire. Fast. So let's slow it down. Let's do it the right way. Before you commit to a pixie, I want you to ask yourself 3 simple but powerful Sararsun questions. 1. What do I love about my face? And what do I not love as much? Maybe you have beautiful cheekbones. Let's show them off. Maybe you're not a fan of your jawline. No problem, we'll soften it. But unless you know what you want to highlight or downplay, your stylist is guessing. 2. What's going on with your hair right now? Is it thinning in certain areas? Has the texture changed? Maybe it's more coarse or fine than it used to be. Do you have stubborn cowlicks? These things matter. They affect how short styles lay, how they grow out, and how easy they are to manage day to day. 3. What's your too short line? Everyone has one. That invisible line where short goes from chic to shocking. You need to know where that is for you and communicate that clearly. Maybe you want ears partially covered. Maybe you want some fringe left on the forehead. It's not about being picky. It's about being intentional. Now, once you have those 3 answers, that's when the magic happens. Bring them to your stylist. Show inspiration photos, yes, but also talk about what's real for you. When you do that, you give your stylist the freedom to design a pixie cut that works with your face, not against it. A pixie that lifts your features, balances your proportions, and grows out in a way that still looks good after 4, 6, 8 weeks. The right pixie makes you look confident, sharp, vibrant. The wrong pixie? It can harden your look, emphasize the wrong angles, or add years to your appearance. And none of us want that. So if you're thinking about going short, don't rush it. Take a little time. Ask the right questions. Talk to a stylist who sees your face, not just the photo you brought in. Because the right shortcut isn't just trendy, it's timeless. And it's all yours. Let's talk about gray hair. At some point, it shows up. For some of us, earlier. For others, later. But it happens. And when it does, most people have the same first reaction. I need to cover it up. And one of the most common things we hear is, just go lighter. It'll help blend the grays. Sounds reasonable, right? And yes, in some cases it can work. But here's the truth. Going lighter just to hide gray can sometimes make things worse. Let me explain. Gray hair is light. So the logic is, if your natural hair is dark and you go blonde, the grays won't stand out as much. They'll blend in with the lighter color, and you won't have that stark grow-out line. And that's true, if you go light enough. But here's the problem. Going just a little bit lighter won't blend your grays. You'll still see the contrast, and now you've also added something else, a color that may not suit you. See, not everyone looks good with lighter hair. It all comes down to your skin tone. Some people glow with cool, ashy blondes. Others need warm, golden hues. And many, especially if you have warm or olive undertones, can look washed out, tired, or even older with hair that's too light. So now, not only did you not hide your gray the way you hoped, you also might have lost that healthy, radiant look your natural color gave you. And here's the thing. A drastic color change can affect more than just how you look. It can affect how you feel. If you don't feel like yourself in the mirror, if the reflection doesn't match your energy, then no amount of blending gray is going to help. So what's the better approach? Start with a simple question. What hair color makes me feel my best? What brings out the warmth in my skin? What makes my eyes stand out? What makes me smile when I look in the mirror? That color, not what hides gray best, should be your foundation. From there, we can find smart ways to manage gray hair without sacrificing your overall look. Maybe it's a soft highlight to break up the grow-out line. Maybe it's lowlights to add depth. Maybe it's a color melt that lets you transition gracefully. And maybe, just maybe, it's letting some of those grays shine through, like soft, natural ribbons of wisdom. Because gray doesn't have to be hidden. It can be embraced, and styled beautifully. Here's another truth. People don't notice your gray hair as much as you think. They notice your energy, your smile, your confidence. If your hair color makes you feel empowered, even if a little silver peeks through, that's what they'll remember. So don't chase blonde because someone told you to. Don't bleach your roots out of fear. Choose color that works with you. That flatters your skin, that lifts your mood, that feels like you. And if the grays still bother you, no problem. There are subtle, artistic ways to blend them without losing yourself in the process. Because this isn't about hiding age. It's about owning your look and choosing it with intention. Let's talk about bangs, specifically curtain bangs. They've been trending for a few years now. You've probably seen them all over social media. Soft, face-framing, effortless waves parting right down the middle. And yes, they can be stunning. But there's something important people don't always mention. Curtain bangs don't flatter every face. And if they're done without intention, they can actually age you. Let me explain. Curtain bangs usually require a center part. Now, when you part your hair right in the middle, something interesting happens. You lose volume at the top. That flatness might not sound like a big deal, but volume at the crown plays a major role in lifting the face. Without it, your entire look can start to feel heavy. Now imagine you already have long hair. Adding curtain bangs to that, without layering or balance, creates weight on the sides of your face. That extra bulk around the cheeks or jaw can create what we call a triangular effect. The eye is drawn downward. Your cheekbones disappear, and your face starts to look longer, lower, even a little droopy. And here's the tricky part. You may not even realize it's the bangs causing the issue. You might just feel like your face looks different, softer, rounder, or like something's off, but you can't quite put your finger on it. The truth is, hair placement changes the visual structure of your face, and curtain bangs, while trendy, can throw off that structure if they aren't customized. So what's the solution? Know your face, know your proportions, know your needs. Here are a few things to consider. Do you need lift on top? If your face is longer or if your cheeks are fuller, you want height at the crown to balance the length. In that case, a center part might work against you because it flattens the top of your head. Do you have a round face or a square jawline? Wide bangs can exaggerate width if not cut carefully. Soft, angled pieces that taper down can help contour the face instead of box it in. What's your natural hair texture? If your hair is thick or tends to fall heavy, curtain bangs can easily overwhelm your features unless thinned or styled precisely. Now, none of this means you can't have curtain bangs. They can be beautiful, if done right. You might need a slightly off-center part for more balance, lift at the crown to counteract heaviness, or even shorter layers around the temples to open up your features. Sometimes it's not about the style itself, it's about how the style interacts with your face. The key takeaway here is this: your haircut should guide the eye where you want it to go, not drag it down. If a bang softens your features and draws attention upward, great. If it adds bulk, pulls the eye to the jaw, or hides your best features, maybe it's time to reconsider. So if you're thinking about trying curtain bangs because they're everywhere, slow down. Talk with your stylist. Try virtual filters. Clip in a faux bang if you have to. But most importantly, choose bangs that flatter your unique beauty, not just ones that fit the trend, because timeless always wins over trendy. And when a bang is cut right, it doesn't just change your hairstyle, it lifts your entire look. Let's finish with something we don't often talk about, but it might just be the most important piece of all. When your hair starts looking dull, thinner than usual, less full, less shiny, our first instinct is to reach for a product, a serum, a mask, a new shampoo, and while those things can help, they only treat the surface. The real issue? It's happening inside. See, your hair is an extension of your health. It's literally growing out of your scalp, which is living, breathing skin. And just like your skin, your hair reflects what's going on inside your body, what you eat, how well you sleep, how your hormones are doing, how stressed you are. It all shows up in your hair. As we age, especially through big transitions like perimenopause or menopause, our internal balance shifts. Estrogen drops. Collagen production slows down. Nutrient absorption isn't quite what it used to be. And what happens? Hair becomes thinner. The growth cycle gets shorter. The strands become finer, more fragile. Volume disappears. And no leave-in conditioner in the world can fully fix that. So what's the real fix? We go back to the basics, and we support our body from the inside out. Here's what your hair actually needs to grow strong and stay youthful. Protein. Hair is made of keratin, a type of protein. If you're not getting enough protein in your diet, your hair won't grow as strong or as fast. Iron and zinc. These minerals support blood flow and oxygen delivery to your follicles, keeping the roots alive and healthy. B vitamins, especially biotin and B12. They help your body create red blood cells, which carry oxygen and nutrients to the scalp. Omega-3 fatty acids. These nourish your scalp and add natural shine to hair. Think salmon, flaxseed, walnuts. Vitamin D. Low vitamin D is strongly linked to hair thinning, especially in women over 40. Hydration. Dehydrated body equals dehydrated scalp equals brittle hair. And then there's hormones. When estrogen dips, testosterone becomes more dominant, which can shrink the hair follicle and speed up thinning. That's why so many women notice dramatic hair changes during menopause. It's not your imagination, it's biology. The good news? You can work with a healthcare provider to support your hormone balance. There are natural options, medical options, and in many cases, just knowing what's happening gives you power over it. The bottom line is this. You can't outcondition a nutrient deficiency. If your hair feels weaker lately, if it's not growing like it used to, don't just buy another product. Ask yourself, am I eating enough protein? Am I getting the right nutrients? Have I had a checkup lately? Am I sleeping enough, drinking water, managing stress? Because sometimes the most beautiful hair doesn't come from a bottle. It comes from balance. So the next time you notice your hair changing, pause. Look inward, not just outward. Support your body first, then support your hair. Because when your body is healthy, your hair shows it. And nothing, no trend, no style, no treatment, can replace the glow of true internal health. So, that's it. 5 small hair mistakes that can quietly make a big impact. But now, you know how to spot them, and more importantly, how to fix them. None of these changes have to be dramatic. You don't need a makeover. You don't need to look younger than your age. You just need to feel more you, confident, fresh, lifted, and in control of how you show up. And that's what this channel is all about. If you found something helpful in today's video, if even one tip made you pause and think, that's what's been bothering me, then I'm really glad you were here. These videos aren't just about hair. They're about helping you reconnect with your own style, your own rhythm, your own reflection. And if you'd like more of that, I'd love for you to stick around. You can hit that like button if this video spoke to you. It helps the channel, but more than that, it tells me this kind of content is useful to you. And if you haven't yet, feel free to subscribe. There's more coming. Tips, conversations, gentle shifts that make a big difference. We're keeping things real here. No pressure, no perfection. Just smart choices and small changes that help you look and feel your best. Thanks again for watching. Take good care of your hair and take even better care of yourself. I'll see you next time.